CER, DC and accompanied by other honorary guests.
Berkenaan rancangan dua plan processing plan dalam masa 3 tahun tu.
Tak, itu adalah rancangan kerajaan kerana keputusan Kerajaan Persekutuan ialah industri REE ini perlu dibangunkan di Malaysia. Kalau tidak, minerals ini diekspor ke China. Satu, harga dia rendah lah kan. Keduanya, dia akan habis dengan cepat. Ketiga, kita akan hilang peluang untuk mendapatkan pelaburan ke dalam Malaysia yang berteknologi tinggi. Jadi dinamik industri REE ini ialah negara China begitu dominan dengan perkara ini, dan memang undang-undang negara China, dasar mereka ialah tidak membenarkan pemprosesan REE di luar negara. Jadi ini adalah antara perkara-perkara yang perlu diuruskan oleh kerajaan, dan saya ingat hasrat kerajaan untuk mewujudkan processing plant di Malaysia itu akan berterusan, dan dia menjadi agenda yang penting di peringkat negara, dan rundingan-rundingan itu akan terus berlaku.
Rundingan itu termasuk yang dua plan nak dibina lagi?
Tak, yang itu saya ingat leave the room for Malaysia as a government to negotiate the process. And
so far China punya reaksi macam mana?
it's like, rundingan antara negara-negara ni sebaiknya tidak dilakukan lah. Nama pun rundingan diplomatik.
All things work well about the REE, about our REE. Then which sector should we focus first? Should we focus on the upstream or downstream first?
Most probably it will come together. I mean, upstream is easy. You know, it's like even before we were talking about the processing plant, you know, some of the upstream activities had already taken place. There were some in Kedah, there were some in Perak. You know, it's just that this was exported as carbonate raw materials, which commands very low value. So the main difference of this administration is putting that very ambitious target that we want to develop our REE beyond the traditional exporting of raw materials. So it's just that, as I mentioned in my speech, our view is that this cannot be done sequentially. It means that we cannot go that, okay, let's focus and do this quietly first and get the downstream processing plant operational, then we start talking to partners to bring in the next level investments. Investors need to know that this is Malaysia's plan, that our ambition is to begin processing in 3 years' time, because they need a lot of time to reconfigure their business plan. So the knowledge that Malaysia aspires to have processing plants in 3 years' time will allow our partners from around the world, Japanese investors, to take that into consideration. And then I feel that if we are able to do that, and if the federal government is able to pull it off, then the organic growth and clustering of the more downstream industry will happen by itself. And that's the reason, for example, today we have this session, because it's very important to communicate to Japanese investors that this features prominently in government's plan, and that will allow them to talk to us further. And investment doesn't take 1 or 2 weeks. Investments take years. And at the very least, I'm hoping, and I think what will happen is that East Coast is no longer just being seen as East Coast. Suddenly, East Coast is, investment destination that is able to attract high value and high technology investments, which is very different from what we have today. So that process is already happening, and then we will take a few years, and we have to deliver some of the key components of the whole master plan. But I think the roadmap and the plan is quite robust in order to balance